sure you call us up or you go to our website, you get the book, and then someone calls you up a little bit later and goes, hey, would you like to begin our little planning process? And that planning process takes like 15 minutes. Call us up, get the book, 843-300-1182, 843-300-1182, or you can check us out online at retireyall.com. Again, retireyall.com. Man, it really pains me if one of my boys were to leave the country because I hate flying.
That'd be tough.
I mean, honestly, we talked about this before the election. Liberals love to threaten to leave. Like Kathy Griffin, if that's her name. Like, I'm leaving the country if Donald Trump wins. Go ahead. No, you're useless. Your teat's on a bull. Like, what are you doing? Like, making snarky comments on social media? Yeah, we need more of you. Or Tommy Lee, the drummer of Motley Crue. It's like, dude, your music wasn't good when you were good at drumming. So just get out of here. No one's going to miss you. But what happens when, like, real doers, because that's what it's about. It's about doers and complainers. Real doers, when they start going, this doesn't make any sense, we're mismanaging our currency, we're racking up debt, you're creating an environment where I cannot thrive, and I'm not going to take years off of my life and get more wrinkles on my face and more gray hair to work for a government that doesn't appreciate me. What happens when those people leave? That's a problem. And oh yeah, when they leave, where do they put their money? Because if you ever try to take a gob of money to another country, it's a pain in the butt. Like, and the government taxes it on the way out, they tax it on the way in, the new nation taxes it on the way in, the other nation taxes it on the way out. Your money's getting taxed 4 times to bring it to another country. Can you see why cryptocurrency starts to make a little bit more sense? An unregulated store of wealth where you can transfer it and literally in seconds transfer it right back into the other country's currency and it not get taxed? So maybe the reason Bitcoin's running the way it is because people are starting to look around and go, crap, these bureaucrats are crazy. This isn't like someone at the Thanksgiving dinner table with a loony, zany idea. These are people that are actually taking our rights away. They're changing the bedrock of America, which is capitalism. They don't believe in capitalism. All right. Now I'm all freaked out and mad. I'm going to talk about healthcare because nothing gives me a more calming feeling in my stomach than when I talk about healthcare. But for retirees, this is a big one. This is almost bigger than the investment thing because I'll meet guys all the time who are like, dude, I love trading stock and I manage my own money, but I don't know rip about health insurance and how I can work that system. So we'll shine a light on that. Call us up, 843-300-1182, 843-300-1182, or check us out online. We're at retireyall.com. Again, retireyall.com. Thank you for entertaining me and letting me talk about Bitcoin for a minute, but maybe I've been hanging out with too many buddies who are real into Bitcoin, but I've been doing a bunch of research on it and it makes sense now. So, all right, healthcare on the other side of this break.
We'll be right back with Adam. This is Retire Y'all Radio.
You shouldn't receive a cookie-cutter approach to retirement from a company in New York or Connecticut. Your retirement should reflect the lifestyle you want to live right here in South Carolina. For a copy of Adam's new book about retirement in the Palmetto State, call 843-300-1182. That's 843-300-1182.
Do this, don't do that. Stay here, don't go there. Stay home, don't go out with friends. How many times have you heard something like that recently? Like most people, you're probably pretty tired of feeling like things are out of your control. And life isn't about controlling everything. It's about controlling what you can. And it's not a long list, but it sure is empowering. And one of the things on that list, your retirement. Don't spend your time worrying about what you cannot control. Instead, focus on what you can. Your retirement is in your hands. Start planning for it today. Call Adam Curran at Curran Financial Partners to set up a phone or a video meeting to begin building for the future that you want to live. 843-300-1182. And if you already have a plan, call to take advantage of their complimentary second opinion service. Help take control of your future. Call Adam Curran and the team at Curran Financial Partners now, 843-300-1182. That's 843-300-1182. Investment advisory services offered through Curran Financial Partners, a SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Hey there, this is Nicole with Curran Financial Partners. I'm thankful for my family, my coworkers, and my life here in the Lowcountry. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, we're so glad you joined us this weekend. I'm Lou Ann Fulmer here with Adam Curran. He's founder of Curran Financial Partners, and he is a certified financial planner. All right, Adam, you said you'd get into some health care issues. I can't wait to hear this now.
Yeah, of course, we have someone here in our office that helps people make these healthcare decisions, and there's a lot of different ways you can go. And here's what I see more often than not. People stick around jobs that are not fulfilling and jobs that they don't enjoy because that company has a health insurance plan. And people put way too high of a premium on that health insurance plan because they think like, oh, and here's the other funny thing. I'll meet like young people all the time. They're like, yeah, my company offers health insurance. And it's like, do they offer it or do you pay for it? And then when you look at their pay stub, it's like, oh, yeah, you're paying $500 a month for your health insurance plan when you can actually get that very same insurance for like $150 a month. People just put a premium on that benefit, which in my opinion, in my experience, is unwarranted. So now, if you're 63 years old and you're going, man, I got $1 million here, I got my house paid off, I don't need much to live off of. I only need $5,000 or $6,000 a month to live off of. My Social Security is going to generate $3,000 of that, but I can't retire because I got to reach Medicare age. Well, you essentially have 3 different options for your health insurance outside of an employer plan. One is you can go to the Obamacare exchange or the Affordable Care Act. And as people may or may not know about the Affordable Care Act, the way it works is it's a subsidized health insurance marketplace, meaning if you're a husband and a wife and your taxable income is below, I think it's like $67,000, you are going to receive a subsidy. So if that insurance would cost without a subsidy, say $1,200 a month, and your income comes in at $40,000, you might only have to pay $150 a month for your insurance. Now, there's all kinds of different plans, gold and bronze and silver and different versions of each one of those plans. But the moral of the story is, if you have some level of control of your taxable income, and even if you have $1 million, we might be able to get you free health insurance. Free. You're paying nothing. 100% fully subsidized health insurance, because what we're able to do is manipulate where your income comes from, and we manipulate it in a way where we make your taxable income to appear to be $40,000 or $50,000, right? So one option, if you want to retire before Medicare, is you understand how the Obamacare subsidization program works, take advantage of the law the way it's written, so you get 100% subsidized health insurance, while idiots like me and my little young family would have to pay $2,500 a month. So Obamacare, as much as I don't like the legislation, just because of what I just said, my family, if I had Obamacare insurance, it cost me $2,500 a month, it's actually easy for retirees to get the better end of it. Now, if you still want to work, your income threshold is going to go a little higher. So you just need to be aware of how the subsidization of the program works and where your income plots on that subsidy grid. Okay, so Obamacare might be a solution. And I know if I say the word Obama, a bunch of you guys cringe, but Obamacare plans are good enough insurance, right? There's requirements within an Obamacare plan that you got to be able to go see a doctor, and prescription drugs cost a certain amount. Like it's standard insurance. Where it stinks is I'm helping millionaires, multimillionaires, get free insurance, where my employees at my company are stuck paying, $2,000 a month if they wanted Obamacare insurance. Now, they're not doing that because I'm going to tell you what they do in a second. So that's one option. Option number 2, this is what my wife and I do, and Mike here in my office does it too. We have one of these Christian medical cost sharing ministry programs. Like the big one that you'll hear advertised periodically is MediShare, or Dave Ramsey has some company that they promote. I personally work with Liberty Health Share. And I insure my entire family for about $450 a month. I've had 2 babies on this. I've had a trip to the emergency room on this. I even had a client who, God rest his soul, he died of brain cancer with this type of insurance, and they did a wonderful job of sharing his costs and paying for it. Very inexpensive. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. One, they do not cover prescription drugs. Okay, so if you are on an expensive pill every month, or you need an inhaler that costs $1,000, well, these Liberty Health Share Christian Sharing ministries might not be the best option for you. Two, Claire literally needs to put like an accountant's visor on once a month and essentially act as the liaison between the doctor's office and the sharing ministry. Like, she needs to line item out every one of our costs and then make sure that they get paid, and then make sure the ministry pays the right amount. So it's kind of a little bit of a clerical nightmare. But in my case, it's either, pay $450 a month and have this clerical nightmare, or pay $2,200 a month and get crappy insurance through the Affordable Care Act. So that's another option that's legitimate. I know a lot of people come in and when we talk healthcare, they go, Adam, is that real? Is that true? Like, they don't trust it because it doesn't have Blue Cross Blue Shield on their emblem. It's very real. It's very practical. And now I can say, I think I've been on it for darn near 10 years. I've got a great amount of experience with how it works, and it's been very good for my family. Lastly, what a lot of people aren't aware of, you can get short-term health insurance plans, and they're very, very inexpensive. And they'll typically cover you for like 11 months. I think you can even get them as long as 18 months. Here again, these do not cover pre-existing conditions, but say you're that 63-year-old I was talking about at the beginning of this segment, and you just need to kick the can down the road and get you to age 65. These short-term health insurance plans might be $150 per person. And that's going to enable you to get the heck out of that job that's grinding your gears and not be so handcuffed to their health insurance plan. The point is this: have a plan. Know your options. It's easy stuff. People are making life-changing financial decisions and health insurance decisions based off of a feeling or based off of something their human resource person said. And please, God, stop taking advice from your human resources person. With all due respect to you people who are in human resources, you are not God's gift to financial advice giving. In fact, stay in your darn lane. Worry about counting people's vacation days. I'm going to believe how many times I hear a human resources person like stepping over the boundaries of what they should be doing and giving people life advice. And it's like, wait a second, your life is in shambles, ma'am. You need to just tell people what the employee match is, There you go. Now I have no more human resource listeners to my radio show because of that little soliloquy, but it felt good because I'm thinking of two people right now in particular who've done this, and I'm like, what are you doing over there? Slow down. You know how someone at your office loves giving you life advice, and you're like, you have like derelict children, your marriage is in shambles, and you got bad breath. I don't want advice from you. Some people are like, well, Adam, I don't know if I want advice from you. You seem a little high-strung. You told me that you took your dog's pet meds last week. All right. Let me get my number out. Come plan with us. 843-300-1182. 843-300-1182. In our new book, Retire Y'all, Your Guide to Retiring in the State of South Carolina, there's an entire chapter on healthcare. And we talk about retiring before 65 and the options that you have there. We talk about when you turn 65. We talk about Medicare, how Medicare works, and if you should have a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan. And then we also talk about long-term care. Because look, if you have a heart attack, or you need a hip replacement, or you need a new knee, or even if you need back surgery, that's not going to cause you to go broke. Might cause you to have a big bill that you got to pay, but most hospitals are pretty reasonable. You can just put them on some mediocre payment plan where you give them $50 a month or something. You might have a big bill, but you're not going to go broke. What will cause you to go broke is what's called the Medicaid spend down. When you find yourself in a long-term care facility or even an independent living facility or a cognitive care facility or something like that, you will burn through money at a clip that you never imagined was practical. That's why people go broke. So you need to have a plan for that too. And traditional long-term care is kind of a ripoff. We don't like traditional long-term care. There are other ways, and that's what we'll talk about in the last segment of the show. Guys, thank you for listening to me. Get our book and come through our little planning process. We're the absolute best in all of coastal South Carolina. You'd be crazy not to kick our tires, not to sniff test us and see if we're actually better than what you're currently doing on your own or the person that you're working with in the strip mall. 843-300-1182, 843